as we just pointed out, rather, is not commenting. If, to your knowledge, you were still involved in the campaign up through the election night, really, and then into December. Did he encourage the president's extensive efforts to not concede and begin the process of trying to
I don't know the answer to that question.
overturn the election?
I don't know the question and answer, because really, after I denounced Donald Trump on ABC on election night,
You know, we all saw that.
right, after I did that, I was not involved in any of those meetings anymore. So I don't have any firsthand knowledge to that. But what I will say in watching that video is that looks to me like somebody who's cooperating with the federal government. You know, witnesses, grand jury is secretive for the government. The government cannot reveal things.
But not for the witnesses.
But not for the witness. The witness is told as they leave, you don't have to answer any questions or talk about it, but you are free to do so if you like. The only time you can't do it is when the government has a cooperation agreement with you and they say, no talking about this. The only time we want to hear you talking is when you're on the witness stand. And that, to me, Mark Meadows looks to me like a federal witness under a cooperation agreement, and my guess is that's what we're going to find out he is.
You've said that when he refused to concede on election night, that was what crossed the line. What took you so long? There were plenty of examples of him suggesting prior to Election Day that the election was going to be a fraud, that he didn't believe it. He sowed doubts with people. Why did it take you so long to part ways?
Look, I think that I always viewed that as part of him trying to encourage his voters and push his voters to come out in even greater numbers, because he was trying to say, well, they're going to play games with it, because we did have a very unusual election in 2020 with the absentee ballot issue being much bigger than it normally was. The difference for me, Andrea, was when you stand behind the seal of the President of the United States in the East Room of the White House on election night as president, and you say this election was stolen, when you have absolutely no evidence to support that it was, the American people are sitting there and thinking, well, he's president. He must know something we don't know. It lends credence to it that it did not deserve or merit. And I think that was so beneath the office. It was because the politics were over. The votes were in. So it's not playing a political game anymore, which we see lots of people do different things politically over our lifetimes. This is now, you're the President of the United States in the White House in your official role, and you tell people it was stolen, and it wasn't, and it undercuts their confidence in the election. And to me, that was the thing that was so unacceptable, so beneath the office that he was honored to hold, that I could no longer be supportive of him.
Now, you called him in December of 2020 to part ways. And did you tell him, you know, you lost? And what did he say to you?
Well, the intent of the call was not to part ways. He had called me, actually, because he was upset about something I had said on ABC that Sunday. And we got into the conversation, and I said to him, look, I've known you for a long time. What you need to do here is to concede the election to Joe Biden, invite him to the White House, shake his hand, let the transition move forward, go to his inauguration, and then go back to